The Newsday continues here on One News Now Business. I'm Diego Castro. Here are the biggest stories on the economic and corporate fronts. The International Monetary Fund says the central bank should keep interest rates higher for longer until inflation fully returns to target. This comes after the executive board of the IMF concluded its 2023 Article 4 consultation with the Philippines. The Monetary Board last week kept rates steady at a 16-year high, 6.5% for a second straight meeting. The IMF, meanwhile, raised its inflation outlook for the Philippines to 3.7% for the next year, slightly higher than the 3.5% projection it gave in October. This would be in line with the BSP's 3.7% full-year forecast for 2024 and still within its 2 to 4% target range. The IMF said that risks to the inflation outlook are firmly tilted to the upside. The Trade Department is negotiating with manufacturers to keep looming increases in prices of basic goods minimal. The DTI says it is now reviewing requests for price increases and is pushing for the smallest adjustment possible. Manufacturers have been pushing for price hikes due to higher costs of production and raw materials, but the DTI asked them to hold off until the end of the year. Meanwhile, the DTI also assures that the government is coordinating with manufacturers of Noche Buena items to make sure their products are being sold in accordance with the price guide. This comes after the agency received reports of some retailers selling Noche Buena products above the price guide submitted by manufacturers. Consumers remain pessimistic in the fourth quarter due to elevated prices and lower salaries. A survey by the Bangko Sentral showed that the confidence index among consumers dropped further to negative 19%. That's far from the 9.6% contraction in the third quarter. Consumers were also more hesitant to buy big-ticket items in the last leg of the year. The BSP says this is due to rising prices, limited job opportunities, and doubt of the effectiveness of the government's economic policies. The central bank also observed fewer households with loans and savings. Despite this, the confidence index for businesses inched up to 35.9% this quarter from 35.8% previously. Respondent companies were optimistic due to a seasonal increase in sales and production. Businesses are also banking on sustained economic recoveries, business expansions in several sectors, as well as expectations of robust consumer spending. Let's check in on the prices of Noche Buena items in grocery stores just a week before Christmas. We have with us on the show Stephen Kua, President of the Philippine Amalgamated Supermarkets Association, or PAGASA.
Hi, Diego.
Hey,
Good
sir.
morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Let's get right to it, sir. Kamusta na po ang presyo ng, of course, Noche Buena items? Christmas is nearing. Now, can you confirm, sir, that there are reports na ang bentahan daw po ng Noche Buena items are above the price guide set by the DTI?
Well, we haven't been monitoring among members, no, so I wouldn't know for sure, no. Maybe there are, no, but this is probably most likely because they had to source their goods outside their regular suppliers, no. Wala na yung mga goods sa kamay ng manufacturers by this time. Nasa kamay na ng distributors. Nasa kamay na ng distributors. And some distributors have already distributed their goods, supposedly. No? I mean, what's it doing in their warehouses, di ba? So, they've already distributed the goods, kaya kapag umorder ulit ang kanilang mga kliyente, minsan wala na silang may bigay. And these clients, these supermarkets, these retailers will have to source from outside, no, these the regular distributors.
Okay, and sir, have you spoken already to the manufacturers and how is their situation? At ano po ang medium concerns na they have been raising up recently?
Well, everybody is doing the tightrope walk, no? They don't know whether supermarkets are conservative in ordering. Okay, first. Now, there are more supermarkets, so distributed ang goods. So there will be some supermarkets which will probably run out of certain items, no? We're talking cheese, we're talking ham, no? We're talking last-minute items na binibili ng ating mga mamimili, no? As of last week, wala masyado namimili na household. So meron na, pero konti pa lang, no? I expect after, after payday, no? Last weekend, and 13-month pay, no? Which should be out already in the next few days, if not already out, no? dadagsayin ng mga supermarkets ng households.
Yeah, so you mentioned a while ago na medyo nagkakaubusan certain products. What overall, what is it like with regards to the Noche Buena items? Do you think there are a sufficient number of stocks to tide us over to the 25th?
Number one, there is enough stock in the market.
Okay.
Kaya lang, the distribution is the problem. So
Okay.
we don't know where to source for these. Why? Last week, corporate buyers were buying, in bulk, let's say 200 pieces of this, 600
Okay.
pieces of that, to give their employees or to give their customers, their
Yes.
clients, no? So yun, maramihan, pakyawan ng bili. That's why supermarkets had to source from elsewhere last week. Now this week, household na namimili. Hopefully, supermarkets are able to estimate more or less kung ilan ang kailangan ng kanilang merkado. Pero very tricky. It's very difficult
Okay.
to estimate just properly. Last minute, on the 24th, may naghahanap pa ng hamon niya kasi biglang nagkapera, nagka-aguinaldo.
But sir, I'd like to ask, no, how would you assess the spending power of Filipinos these days, especially with the BSP reporting pessimism of consumers due to the low wages and higher inflation?
Still very difficult to tell. With 1 week to go, it's still very difficult to tell whether, last minute people will rush out, have the money, and buy the stocks on the shelves of supermarkets. No? It's still very difficult to tell. So, of course, we're keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that, people will go out, no, and they will have the money to buy. No? Kasi huling-huli ang pagkain eh. People normally buy gifts, a lot of them online right now. No? So, last minute ang pagkain. Hinahanda nila, they think it's fresher. And yung iba, they hold their plans until last minute. Kaya
Yes.
dapat nga maaga magplano kung anong ihahanda.
That's right, that's right. So you were mentioning a while ago that, of course, the remaining Christmas bonuses by other companies will be released these coming days. But this weekend and leading up to Friday and Saturday, do you expect foot traffic at groceries to little by little increase?
For sure. Kasi kung di pa nag-increase, wow, what do we expect for this year, no? Last week, there was a lot of parties, no? Company parties, no? Even running into this week, no? We're having ours tonight. So, maraming
Okay.
Christmas parties, no? Yes. So, after that, after the kainan, mamimili na sila for their families and their households and for their guests, no? Yung mga balikbayan na umuwi, no? Which are expecting a Filipino traditional Christmas, celebration.
That's right, that's right. And sir, now going into 2024, DTI is trying to negotiate pa with manufacturers on price increases. Sir, ano ang pinaka-reasonable na level of increase for your group? Are price increases inevitable at this point?
Okay, we will be having a National Price Coordinating Council meeting this afternoon.
Okay.
After that, probably we can tell you what to expect, kung anong usapan ng DTI with the manufacturers and what to expect early next year, no? But I'm sure they're asking them to temper, if there will be any increases, to temper these increases, on a staggered basis,
Okay.
no? Para hindi mabigat sa bulsa ng mamimili.
And of course, sir, we'd like to get your last-minute shopping tips for our grocers, especially this week leading up to Saturday and Sunday and Monday.
I know traffic is building up everywhere, no? So it's a bit difficult to run to 2 or 3 supermarkets, not just to choose the best deal, no? Yeah, that's why I'm saying if your supermarket doesn't give you the best deal, you might want to try out another supermarket nearby and find out, no, not just prices, but what they have to offer. Each supermarket normally offers something different, no? Even within a chain, no? So find out what's offered in the other supermarkets. Meron bang good, bundling deals, promotion, price discounts, no? Sales sections, no? Yeah, some supermarkets don't have sales sections. Others do. Find out if they have sales sections. Go and check out these items. Kung, you can use them, buy them. If it's just a discount but you cannot use them, don't. It's a waste of money, right? So kumbaga, buy what you need and, go look for what is best offered. It's not always about the expired. These items which are offered, no, in the sales section.
Sir, last question. No, you're saying get the best offer. Do you expect these best offers na maubusan, sir, as Christmas draws near? So do you recommend that they go today pa lang, tomorrow or Wednesday?
Yes, they are still available because, the corporate buyers don't buy these deals eh. So it's for the households. So kasi pa isa-isang piraso because we cannot give in quantity these promo items eh. So pag umorder na 600 of these per ang corporate buyers, we cannot sell to them by in that amount, no? So it's for the households. So
Oh.
marami pa. Go out and check out these sale items, no? Which are available in the market.
Will definitely also get my grocery done. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Stephen Kua, President of the Philippine Amalgamated Supermarkets Association. Good morning.
Season's best, Diego.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Domestic workers or kasambahays in Metro Manila and minimum wage earners in Caraga region are welcoming the new year with higher pay. This after the region's respective wage boards have approved wage increases. According to the Labor Department, the NCR Regional Tripartite Wages and Productivity Board issued a wage order granting a 500 peso increase to house helpers' present wages. From the current 6,000 pesos, their salaries will climb to 6,500 pesos monthly effective January 3, 2024. Apart from NCR domestic workers, their counterparts in the Caraga region will receive a 1,000 peso monthly wage increase, which will be effective on January 1, 2024. Dole says these orders are expected to benefit over 256,000 domestic workers in Caraga and Metro Manila. Meanwhile, all minimum wage earners in the Caraga region will receive an additional 20 pesos in their daily salary, bringing their pay from 350 to 370 pesos. To kick off the last day of the Japan-ASEAN Commemorative Summit, President Marcos is attending the Asia Zero Emission Community or AZEC meeting. Aside from pursuing peace and security in the region, the President called on other leaders to take steps in protecting the environment. In his speech during the opening of the summit, Marcos Jr. also called on Japan to support the goal of achieving carbon neutrality. The President says this can help mitigate the impact of global warming, which affects disaster-prone communities and food security in the Philippines. Aside from this event, the president is also set to meet with other ASEAN leaders over in a luncheon meeting today, after which he will sit down with a media delegation for another interview before visiting the Japanese Emperor and Empress at the Imperial Palace. And those are the top business stories of the hour. I'm Jago Castro. Join us again at 2 p.m. We are One News, all sides, all the time.